a favorite part of that circle?
So many, but in the Arctic, I really love Svalbard, Spitsbergen, because of its wildlife, really good wildlife. But also, I fell in love with one special place in Greenland, which is Ilulissat. Ilulissat is next to the UNESCO World Heritage Ice Fjord, and it's a place that's just from a landscape perspective, it's unbelievable.
Are you a lover of polar circles as well as expedition cruises? Hi, my name is Pietro and welcome on TraveltainmentTALK. And today we are going to talk about it with the president of Albatros Travel, HANS LARGEWEIJ, and he will share his own story, experiences, knowledge, and expertise about such a unique destination. So stay tuned. I will be back shortly. Hi everyone, folks, friends, we are here again. As I told you, we are with a great mindset person, and I'm very excited today because it's really a strong expertise about those travel destination. Our special guest, Mr. HANS LARGEWEIJ. Thank you very much for joining TraveltainmentTALK. Thank you.
Nice to be here. Well, you're so enthusiastic. I can see you worked on ships before.
Yes, of course. I come from almost more or less about 10 years of a cruise line, so I'm following you. I am one lover of the cruise industry as well. I mean, I'm a lover of the world of travel and tourism. More recently about all that adventure travel, active travel, slow travel, slow tourism, but speaking about cruise line, obviously cruise expedition is something really unique, special. But Hans, first of all, as it's my pleasure, as I believe all our listeners out there or people which are watching through YouTube channel, we are interesting also to discover the guest, So can you share a little bit about your story, your background, your life, actually? Who is HANS?
All right, yeah. So I have always been a passionate traveler myself, and actually worked until 2008 in fast-moving consumer goods, so completely different part of business, selling all kinds of products from diapers to shoe cream, and but in 2008 I really followed my passion and started working in travel, and managed my first adventure company back in Holland. And at that time, I think like most of the travelers, I thought travel was all about, discovering countries, but also it should be warm, it should be fun. You should wear, a t-shirt and shorts, and that's it. That was the holiday feeling for me. And something cold, that I thought that's not for me. And in 2009, I was invited actually by an expedition cruise company to join them on a fam trip, and I fell in love with the polar regions. And I have managed or been involved with expedition cruise companies since then, so since 2010. In the last years, I'm managing Albatros Expeditions, and we are part of the Danish Albatros group. It's a family company. It's owned and still by its founder, Søren Rasmussen, who is a very interesting gentleman, because he's not only a businessman, but he's also an expedition leader, a passionate traveler, photographer, author of several books himself. So it is a guy that gives us a tremendous amount of passion for the products that we develop. And Albatros Expeditions, we have 30 years of experience. Started off with just voyages around Greenland. We are a Greenland expert. 3-4 years ago, decided to have our own ship year-round, and business is doing really well. Well, there was before, of course.
We'll touch at this point later.
So we're expanding. We've got 2 new ships on offer. We know, of course, we are market leader in home country Denmark, but surprisingly, we're also market leader in China. which is the biggest outbound market in the world, and we are market leader in Singapore, maybe small, but a good outbound market, and we are in number 3 positions in Japan, in the rest of Scandinavia, etc. So yeah, we're slowly expanding towards being a true global business.
Wow. I know. Thank you for in very short you are describing your largest experience. Actually, thank you. It's fascinating listening you, and of course you are saying about the passion, and exactly this is a key, one very important key for our industry, for the travel and tourism industry. Moreover, about those aspect segment that you are speaking about. So actually Albatros Travel, representing the largest Scandinavian company, actually travel company, practically the largest, and
probably if you exclude the regular beach holiday tour operators, yes. So probably the largest specialized.
Exactly. So you are specialized actually in Antarctic, Arctic, and all that circles around there, with a great enrichment program and unique, memorable, journey experience for people which think to plan to travel there. There is do you have a favorite part of that circle?
So many, but in the Arctic, I really love Svalbard, Spitsbergen, because of its wildlife, really good wildlife. But also, I fell in love with one special place in Greenland, which is Ilulissat. Ilulissat is next to the UNESCO World Heritage Ice Fjord, and it's a place that's just from a landscape perspective, it's unbelievable. And I'm a very active person myself. I like to go out and hike and kayak and do something. But over there, I can just sit down and enjoy the views for hours. And so that's in the north. And in the south, yes, anything Antarctica is actually good. It's the magic of the 7 continents.
The magic. So magic, passion, adventure, and inspiration. So Absolutely. This is a great mix of factor that really, when you come back at home, wherever is your home, never mind, when you come back, remain strongly on your soul, on your body, on your mind. Most recently, I were enough lucky to discover surfing all around the web, about camping on Antarctica. Is something really enriching, because you are there. Empty, everywhere around you is empty, but still there is a huge service from the ship. I saw people organizing, moving items from board to bring on the, let's say, on the land, and again bringing back on board after I think will be about 12 hours all night long, right? Can you give some idea of camping on Antarctica? It's really interesting program.
Yes. So we will offer that now in next Antarctica season. So it is a beautiful program. So one of the other reasons to travel to place like Antarctica is just to be in touch with nature. And when you camp and you're in your bivy bag in the snow. Remember, it doesn't get really dark because we go there when it is almost 24 hours light. So you have amazing views, but also what I still remember, I've done it 2 times. It's just simply the sounds. It's the sounds of nature. So you hear the ice cracking, the ice making sounds. Sometimes glacier calving. And the most remarkable moment that I had with that was that I was looking in my bivy bag, very relaxed and comfortable. It was actually not too cold, looking at some icebergs floating in front of me. And suddenly one of the icebergs, half of it dropped down in the ocean. And as a result, the iceberg started tilting and flipping around with enormous sound and force. And you learn some real respect for nature in these.
And yes, should be something really special camping there, and I want to try someday, sometime. But also, you earlier you mentioning about kayaking there. Can you tell something else about?
Yeah, it is another program that I can really recommend to people. For me, I love to do it, but the kayaking in the polar regions is not about, you know, hardcore activity and making distances and discovering a lot. For me, it's actually really to you know, get away from the ship and any sounds and any noise and just relax and enjoy the
Okay.
adventure. So it's another program that is excellent to get, you know, as close as it gets to nature, and it's for everyone. Maybe, you know, before you go and kayak in the polar regions, try it at home one time with a local operation. That you are comfortable with it, but it is absolutely not a hardcore activity.
So it's very interesting about this program, and all goes to in the direction of get inspired actually by the land, by the calm and really kind of a paradise, let's say. But
Actually,
yeah, it's so people not necessarily visitors. I mean, I want to say not necessarily need to be a great sport guy, or they can.
exactly.
Go, they will be guided by your staff there, and
Yeah,
something accessible for everyone. I mean,
yes, and you're so close to the water and to nature.
yes, I think this is the typical example of you know, when the journey start even before the beginning of the journey. I mean, all start before, and you are planning. You start to believe, to embracing something different, and then after you get a chance to be on the place and keep forward your feeling. I mean, there are those destinations really unique from this perspective. What do you think?
Absolutely. It is about the complete immersion. So understanding what you see and then experiencing it. And what is so nice with this camping option, but there's other examples of it as well. So people in generally, when they travel, want more comfort, more, you know, nice food, a nice bed, a nice room, stateroom on board, facilities. But then they choose one night, like this camping, to go out, be in a relatively uncomfortable situation, but that just to be in touch with nature or to have a unique experience. And the same we see in Greenland, where we have a fantastic, nice hotel near Ilulissat, but we offer now one night stays in a small, really small community of 32 people north of Ilulissat, a kind of homestay.
Wow.
Incredible experience to live and experience one of these original small communities where people just live from
32 people. 32 people.
32 people live there. Yeah, it's a settlement of Okatsut, road by.
And the program, I mean, the program.
Yes, the facilities are not great. It is really an experience. So it's only 1.5 hours sailing from our base in Ilulissat, so from the hotel. So what we offer is either a complete day trip or a one night overnight there.
So from this point of view, actually, it's really important the expertise of the tour guide. I mean, local or not. I mean, the person in charge to leading those expedition. Really, it's very, very important. Also in terms of relationship, you know, between the company, the land, and the local people, actually, in the way to providing, to advise, you know, to the city access, you know, behind the scenes, all behind the scenes, because it's about touching the secret of the destination. So you really need to be in a good way, you know, guided, obviously, is safely.
Absolutely, and important, well, that's then more in the Arctic, is also the contact with the locals. we see that customers, the clients, they value that. They like to learn more of how local people live, and they like to interact. And it is good to develop these programs together with the locals, because what we really want to prevent is the situations that you see in other parts of the world. We're now learning, it was before the COVID crisis, even about over tourism, where locals in certain areas in the world, they don't want to see any tourists anymore. They had enough of that, and this is something that we need to prevent. Tourism should benefit the locals, and they should enjoy it actually, and the visitors.
But actually, it's very important what you are saying. I mean, from a local's perspective, actually, they can understand if the visitors or guests, they are really in love for them destination. I mean, you know, now we want a guest, would like to welcome new guests and visitors, but really it's very important maybe now to understand that they really love destination, they really want to discover behind the scenes, you know.
Yes. So, yeah. Plus, what we always try to share with locals in for example, these communities in Greenland, in Canada, is just, you know, be yourself. We are, and the guests are interested in what you are, and in your culture. Please don't try to adapt to us and to adapt to the guests. I mean, people like to have an authentic experience, an authentic interaction.
Yeah, authentic, exactly. Another great words, actually, I love it very much. Passion, authenticity, genuinity, local interaction. We are speaking really, we are mixing really the best of the best in terms of immersion and enrichment travel, for sure. Their answer. Can you tell your audience, actually your guest, the nationality of your guest, they coming from certain nationality, or you have people from all around the world?
It is now really all over the world. I sometimes call us the floating United Nations. So we are a market leader in China, and we do that by full Mandarin charters, and it's a fully Mandarin Chinese developed product. It's not just our Albatros product adapted to China. No, we have a Chinese product. So those are usually separate, but on our international departures, you meet people from Japan, Australia, Singapore, all over Europe, US, Canada.
Italian?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Amici italiani, ecco, bisogna viaggiare con Albatros. Okay, no, it's just a funny way to invite also my nationality here.
Yeah, what I see is Italians really like also Svalbard, Spitsbergen. That's where I see Italians go. They really like the wildlife there.
Yes, of course, and they are also aligned with those topics we are touching now about slow travel. You know, the immersing to the destination. Actually, is something they are very interested in it. So they are researching and looking for great destination, niche destination, because it's not for everybody, especially that one. But I know their hands. Also, you are a specialist for another great destination that I love too. Just most recently, I come actually from one travel in Africa. No, Africa. It's another great area that Albatros representing, actually, no?
Yeah, absolutely. And we have there some safari camps. We call it the honey guide camps. So we have 3 of them in South Africa, 1 of them in Tanzania now. That's by the way a brand new one that we just opened up. And so it is of course different. It's Africa, but it is in the end about the same experience. It is about getting close to nature, getting close to, in a safe way, of course, to wildlife. And if you compare those camps with our ships, okay, of course they are different, but they're also similar. It is, it's a very good, high quality 4-star experience, you know, without over the top luxury. Because if there's one thing that our ship products and our African products have in common is that we deliver unbeatable, what we call experience value for money. So we are not targeting, only the ultra rich like some expedition companies do.
Yes.
We want still to reach, the general public who I know like these trips as a trip of the lifetime.
Fantastic. It's clear. It's your brand, your value. So you keep the same message for related other destination too. I mean, that is the aim to share that way how to travel. I mean, in those destinations, they are destination really special, and how much you are involved as a brand, as a company, in the preservation of the environment. It's
Yes.
something really important. I know you are very involved on this point, right? You have a green program. Can you tell
Yes, yes.
something?
Yeah, exactly. So what I thought was really funny, actually, when I started working for Albatros, is that, of course, you have these awards on the wall of the office, and they have a sustainability award from 1995. So I was still studying at the time. I was still in university. I didn't know what sustainable travel was at that time. I think most of the people in the world didn't know what sustainable travel was. But Albatros already won its first award at that time, which I think
can imagine.
But yeah, of course, with travel, you have to realize travel has a negative impact on the environment, whatever we do. So it is, sustainability is, for me, is very simple. It is about minimizing the negative impact and maximizing the positive impact. And minimizing the negative impact means, for example, now introducing the beautiful new vessels behind me.
Fantastic, beautiful.
Yeah, they will be among the greenest vessels of the world. So up to more than 50% lower emissions than traditional expedition ships. So they have what they call tier 3 engines, which are the cleanest engines in the world. They're specially and compactly designed to burn less fuel. So and on board we bring, indeed what you're referring to, a green program, which is actually a very wide program, from having biodegradable lotions, detergents, soaps. We completely reduce chemicals. Before COVID, we removed all single-use plastics. Now, here I'm a little bit cautious that because of this, and when we start cruising again, that you will see an introduction again of some single-use plastics, simply because of hygiene measures. But I hope that at some point we find alternatives again for them.
Yeah. This is a strong point to discuss, and but it's important that individually, and small pieces from small part of the small company, and individually, collectively, we can together, can go in the same way. Even simply speaking about, for shortly, we can support the topics. I mean, it's very important, especially in those destinations. Yes, we are globally still across COVID, we are still living the situation. Apparently something, coming in help for the solution. How you feel in this situation after last few months, after all what during the last sea trade, actually online sea trade was discussed about COVID, and especially I'm interested to understand how you, as a CEO, president of such a great company, and also you as a person, as a traveler, how you can keep high your organizational initiatives, as well your travel mindset, I mean, how
Yes.
you can keep driving highly.
Yeah, that's a really good question, because of course we were hit hard, and we stopped cruising, and at the moment, we have assumed that we only resume cruising on the 21st of May. So still 5 months waiting. And, that's something that no one likes in the whole team, because we are eager to go out. We are eager to explore, but it is the best and the safest thing to do at the moment. But what we have done very well during the last year is we worked really hard on new products. And we have now, for example, all our products out up until April 2023. All the products are out and bookable. And we managed to deliver this in October, November. And after that, we started really preparing to educate our business partners around the world. So we are organizing almost weekly webinars for them to learn more details about the product. And this is, I think, a key way for us, as a team, but also for our partners, to stay motivated, to keep looking to the future. We know the future will be better. So let's develop that future together, and let's make sure that we all make it a very successful future.
Yeah, sure. And also, this is a part of something we earlier mentioning about education program. Let's say, it's still keeping with your education program in terms of sustainability, in terms of new product, in terms of the inside the destination. So it's important now to keep so high the focus and spreading out your knowledge and what will be actually, and in the way to keep also people, visitors, guests motivated. And even plan, start to plan something very soon. Just Christmas was yesterday. By the way, wishing really a special 2021, because we keep with our passion also during the 2021. So Christmas was, and I imagine should be something really special during the Christmas time on that destination in the Antarctica and Arctica, right? It's really beautiful, absolutely. So people need to think for next Christmas to plan, to organize the trip already.
Yes, absolutely. And we see that happening. As I said, we worked really hard on this education, and in December was the first month where we saw again really, really good bookings, and it is only from a few countries. So United States, Australia, Germany, a little bit Scandinavia, where people say, okay, we know now that this will end, this will go over, and let's start booking these expeditions again.
So fantastic. So tell me.
So we have our products out until April 23, and to my surprise, in December, yes, we got bookings for April.
Fantastic. 23. Congratulations, because also this is another point. I mean, this is the result of all your activities and webinar, etc. Can you share with us, please, some dates for webinar? Can you share your website, those links where people can go to check out those informations, etc.?
Yeah, sure. So outside Scandinavia, we are a B2B operator, which means that we actually only work with travel agents and advisors and other tour operators. So the primary medium that we use to communicate this is LinkedIn.
Great.
Because we see that as a B2B channel. So all the webinars are announced on our LinkedIn page. And for our travel partners, it's of course also all announced in our newsletter that you can sign up on our website. And
so we will be very happy to support also in terms of communication about your people. This is very important. I mean, your team, the people which work on board, the people which are involved in the office,
yes,
or not.
Yes. So what we see on board is that our team is truly international. It's almost like our passengers. I call it the United Nations. It's the same. They come from so many different backgrounds, so many different nationalities, age, young, older. But what they have in common is an incredible passion and experience with these polar regions. And in the end, it is indeed about providing the passion and the knowledge over to our guests. The team on board is very international. Here in Copenhagen, the team is, of course, very local. But for example, our teams in Greenland are almost everyone is Greenlandic. Is
okay.
Area there. Same in Africa. It's mainly locals there that work for us, and yeah, I think that makes this company
makes sense, and is exactly the welcome that the guests deserve. The visitors booking through your brand, your company, they need to receive. I mean, Hans, it was very, very nice, this short, sharing information, and we will be very happy to keep following your information, your webinar. And when will be the first one? The first one.
The first one for this, from this year is Wednesday, and that one is just about our company. So it's more or less what I just told you in the last half an hour, but then in a little bit more detail.
Okay, of course. And also, I'm sure that all people around here interested in go more deeply, they can join your webinar, and I am one of them, certainly.
Good.
And thank you very much for your time. I know you are very busy, and we wish you really all the best for from this instant.
Right. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned and don't miss our YouTube channel or our podcast on Anchor platform. And so I would love to go in the end, as usually, with my hashtag, my slogan, which is actually always action with a passion. So we come back in the beginning. So
Good.
all is based with the passion, and I would like to invite you also to do with me on three. Okay, when I say three, we can go with 1, 2, 3. Always action with a passion. And thank you very much, Hans. Thank you, Albatros Travel, and
Ciao.
Stay tuned for next episode. Ciao.